Team, glad you joined me for another all-body strength training workout for endurance athletes. This is where the magic happens, okay? Because I've cycled and ran for years, and I never really took my strength training that seriously. And when I did, I can just tell you, absolute game changer in my performance. So my body felt better. I could achieve new PRs. I could just do things I couldn't do before. So if you're not doing strength training, start doing it. And if you just want to get fit, come on. It's about a body in motion. So follow along with me. I hope you enjoy it. And if you enjoy the video, subscribe, like, and send me a comment. I want to know what you're looking for. All right, guys, let's go. All right, team, let's start out with some dynamic drills. All right, let's get the muscles warmed up, get some blood flowing through all these areas so we can have a successful workout, okay? This is going to be beneficial for runners, cyclists, any endurance athlete. First thing we're going to do is a standard heel sit. We're going to curl our toes underneath our feet. And you can actually come on down like this. Make sure those toes are curled under. Put your knees down and come on back. And what we're doing is we're stretching that plantar fasciae right in the bottom of the foot. And you're also working on your ankle mobility. You can come up and down a few times. Maybe even lean back. Get a good stretch in the quads. Once you've achieved a nice stretch in the plantar, put your feet out. Here, we're going to stretch your anterior tibialis. Right in front of the shin. Come back. Get those quads. Come up. Come back down. All right. Fantastic stretch. Next, we're going to get the hip flexors. Put your knee out and just lean forward. Really stretch that hip flexor. And you're also stretching ligaments and tendons in the knee area, which is absolutely wonderful. Recommend doing this about 3 to 5 times on each side. All right. Good stretch in there. You know, when you're doing this, you can actually put that foot out too with your toes up and come forward. You're going to get the whole posterior side. All right. A little added one. All right. So next, what we're going to do is the pancake stretch. If you happen to have a yoga block sitting around, grab it. Put it in front of you. Pancake stretch is fantastic for the lower back and hamstrings because most of us have tight hamstrings. So this is absolutely wonderful. All right. Push that yoga block out. Blow out. Hold it for a couple seconds. Come back up. Leave the yoga block out there because now I want to push it out a little bit further. All right. So I'm going to come forward. Hold it for a couple seconds. And I'm going to come back. All right. Let's go for number 3. All right. Blow out. Hold it for a couple seconds and come back. All right. That is a wonderful pancake stretch. Then, the world's greatest stretch. All right. I'm going to reach up to the sky. I'm not going to overextend. I'm just going straight up. And I'm going to curl everything down until my elbow touches the ground. Hold this for a couple seconds. I'm going to feel this in my hips, hip flexors, my legs, mainly in the hip area, and your spine. Come back up. I'll do about 3 to 5 of these on each side. I'll do it on this side. You can see how straight up, curl everything down till my elbow touches the ground. Hold it for a brief second and come back up. And there we go. Remember when we do these, number one thing is going to be form. Do it slow and easy. We're not worried about speed, all right? Move on to core. So By this time, we should have a nice little warm-up going. So let's hit the core. Core is absolutely important for cyclists and runners. I mean, it helps our posture, especially when we work our hip flexors. That's all in our knee drive for our hip flexion for running and also for pedaling as a cyclist. And I've cycled for years in my younger days, and I never worked on my hip flexors. I started strengthening these hip flexors and core, absolute game changer. So let's just do, we'll do 4 different exercises. You can either do it to a count of 20, or if you want to step it up and use a timer to 50 seconds to 50 to 60 seconds, all right? So let's start out with plank jacks. I'm going to do 1 round of each and count to 20. So plank jacks are going to be great for your core, for your posture, legs, and shoulders. Keep the butt down. All right, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. It's a wonderful plank jack. All right, let's move on to the bird dog. Bird dog is going to strengthen our lower back, glutes, and hamstrings. I'm going to do 10 on each side. We're going to touch our knee and our elbow. Have a full extension out. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is not about speed. It's about doing having good form and just keep up a good momentum. 4. And a full range of motion. All right, that's our bird dog. So let's go to the next one. It's going to be individual leg drops. I'm going to go into an L sit. And again, this is all going to be in the hip flexors. I'm going to drop each leg 10 times. You can either sit on your hands to alleviate some pressure in the lower back or hold the neck up. I'm just going to put my hands out. 1. I'm coming a few inches off the ground. I want to keep the pressure on. Keep the legs nice and straight. All right. I think I'm on about 10 there. All right. As our individual leg drops. Next is going to be the Russian row. It's for our obliques, and we get a good rotation in there. Now, we want to focus on driving those heels into the ground. Easier said than done. All right. So what we're going to do, lean back a little bit, and we'll do 10 on each side. All right. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo! All right, there's 1 round of core. Team, this is a strength portion of the workout. Absolutely fantastic, because here, this is where we're going to increase our power output, build strength and endurance. All right, this is where the magic happens. So follow along with me. I'll do 1 round of everything. So we're first going to start out with step-ups. Step-ups are fantastic. I'm only going to do about 20, but I recommend doing them for about 50 seconds to a minute and then do 3 rounds. Now, this uses all the muscles all of us cyclists, runners, and riders are going to use. All right? So let's start out with our step-ups. Have good posture. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. All right. Next, we're going to work on a goblet squat. You can use a kettlebell, dumbbell, use whatever weight you have, okay? So what I'm going to do is have my feet a little bit wider and shoulder width apart, toes pointing out. My knees are going to track over my toes, all right? This is going to be for the quads. This is where the power is, all right? Come down and up, all right? Recommend about 10 to 12 of these. Hold that weight up there because not only are you working your quads, but you're getting an upper arm workout doing this also. I mean, if you're on a bike all day, you need to have the grip strength, right? You're holding those bars all day. Keep your head up, keep your chin up. Always focus on proper posture, okay? All right, here we go. Next, we're going to do a dumbbell bent over row. I like this because as a cyclist, when you're in the aero position all day, you need back muscles. So here they come in, all right? Bend those knees a little bit. We want to protect that lower back and drive with your elbows. Drive with your elbows. You can get a full range of motion too. If you want to drop them in front of you, come up, 10 to 12. And for runners, we have to have our arms at a 90-degree angle a lot. So this is fantastic for building the upper body strength. Especially when you start doing marathons and ultras, we need to have some upper body strength to hold our arms versus getting shoulder cramps or anything else. When you squeeze those lats and drive with the shoulders. When you drive with the shoulders, it takes the biceps out of it because we're focused on our back at this point. Here we go. Our bent over row. And you can even use a kettlebell if you'd like. If you only have a kettlebell, new alternating kettlebell. Next thing is going to be a dips. You can use a box. You can use a chair. Put your legs out. And this one you can do 10 to 15 times. It'll isolate the triceps and the upper body. Fantastic. Okay, next thing, I'm going to do a dumbbell curl into a press. What's nice is on this, we're still continuing to work on our grip strength. We're holding on those handlebars, okay? So, we'll do a bicep curl and then a press. And one thing we want to do is make sure our knees are always bent. We want to protect that lower back, okay? So, controlled movements on the concentric and eccentric movements. And that is, concentric will be coming up, eccentric is on their way down. Go nice and slow on the way down, all right? So let's do 10 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo! Team, hope you enjoyed that. That's one round. go ahead and do 2 or 3 more rounds. All right. Till next time. Have a good